zero tolerance, and zero distractions. Thus is the title of today's session. Zero tolerance and zero distractions. Being laser focused on living your life in its full and true purpose. Welcome to the Hour of Power and Purpose with D.E. Wilder. I am D.E. Wilder, and I am living life with power, passion, personal growth, and most of all, purpose. Let's give thanks to all things, especially the small things. Let's celebrate every day's blessings and the beauty that life has and the life that's surrounding us. Let's make an effort to celebrate the constant beauty and quiet miracles that we see but may not recognize every day. Those miracles that makes life so uniquely precious. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here tonight. Today's message is one who is going to force you to adopt a new mindset. The message is for someone who is done playing small, done entertaining excuses, done negotiating with their destiny. This episode is for the soul who knows that there is more inside of them, more they have to give, more they have to build, more they have to live for. This message is not for everybody because everybody is not ready for this message. But for those who is ready for this message, this message is for you. Let's get started. We're talking about zero tolerance and zero distractions. What it truly means to get laser focused on your life and your purpose with a level of commitment that most people simply don't understand. This is not about motivation, because anybody could be motivated momentarily. This is not about hype. This is about alignment. This is about a clean mental discipline. This is about choosing mastery over mediocrity. This is about getting to the point in your journey where the purpose, your purpose, becomes non-negotiable. Today, we are going to peel back everything that keeps people average. The noise, the emotional traps, the silent distractions. And we're going to dig into how to step into life with a radical focus. Sidebar. That is one of the common denominators of highly productive and highly successful people. You may have people who got different walks of life, different background, different education, different knowledge, different skills, all these different things that makes them uniquely them. But a common denominator of highly productive people, highly successful people is a radical laser focus on whatever it is that they're doing. It's almost impossible to be a high achiever and not be laser focused. And to be laser focused, you're going to have to adopt a certain level of skills, which is what we're going to talk about tonight. And that is being able to eliminate distractions, whatever they may be. So if you're listening to me right now, don't just listen. Decide. Decide that from this moment forward, you are no longer available for distractions. You are no longer available for drama. You are no longer available for anything that does not align with your assignment in this lifetime. This is about you. So let's go deeper. Let's get deep. chapter 1. This is a living book. The call to focus. There comes a moment in every life when you feel something is shifting. A moment when you get tired. Not tired in your body, but tired in your spirit. Tired of the cycle. Tired of almost. Tired of procrastination. Tired of hiding pieces of yourself to make other people feel comfortable. You wake up and you realize, I have been giving my time to everything except the things I am called to do. You realize you've been living in autopilot, reacting to life instead of building it, existing instead of creating, busy but not productive, moving but not progressing. If that sounds familiar to anyone, know this, that there is a lot of people living that way. This is why we're going to recognize this, and we're going to eliminate this, and we're going to get focused. So, you have to get to a point where you say, no more. I had enough. Something in your soul have to speak and say, I can't keep living like this. There is something greater inside of me, something waiting to grow up inside of me. I need to lock in and execute. That moment is called a call to focus. Again, everything is about you. A call to focus. And when that moment arrives, everything in your life now falls into two categories. This is our moment of truth and honesty with ourselves, so we better be real. It's going to be two categories. Things that align with your purpose, 1. Things that do not, 2. Very simple, not overcomplicated. That's it. Simple as that. There's no middle ground anymore. There's no gray area. Because when you are serious about your purpose, clarity becomes your oxygen. And let's make something very clear from the start, from the beginning of this message. Focus is not a talent. Focus is very clearly a decision. Focus is something that is built. Focus is something that you train to do. Focus is developed. And for some of you, this episode, this message, will be your turning point. So we have to move forward. Because I'm going to tell you something, that distractions, which is constantly around us everywhere, in everything we do at all times, are a silent destroyer. And you could just test it. Have you ever been, hey, I'm going to get up and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to go here, and this is what my errands are for today, and then something distracts you. Something you see on your device, or someone calls you, or something, or you turn to do something else. And then time has gone by, hours are going by, the day is going by, and you realize the things that you intended to do, you did not do. Because those are the things, distractions are silent destroyers. It would destroy your plans, it would destroy your purpose, it would destroy your destiny if you let it. This is why focus is so important. Distractions don't show up waving red flags. They don't shout, I'm here to destroy your future. That's not how distractions work. Nope, distractions do not work that way. In fact, distractions are smooth. They're smooth operators. Distractions are often comfortable. They're often familiar. They hide inside of things that feels harmless. Things that we do every day. What? Silent strolling, mindless strolling on our device. Checking in with people who drains us. That's a big one. Entertaining old relationships because you're bored. Netflix marathon. I'm not picking on Netflix. It can be any type of streaming service. Netflix marathon disguised as relaxation and chilling. Simply a distraction. Conversations and talking about things that go nowhere, about nothing. Distractions. Arguments created by people who don't matter to you, who has no impact on your life or your purpose. That's a waste of time and a waste of energy. And the most dangerous one is doing too many good things instead of the right thing. I'm going to let that sit with people for a minute. Doing too many good things instead of the right thing. Because we often think that the good things is the right thing. It could be. But perhaps it's not for your life. Because those good things we often do are things that's making us feel good. And it's serving a different purpose. Understand this. The enemy of purpose isn't always failure. Oftentimes it's distraction. Some people won't miss their destiny because they decided to quit or give up. They'll miss it because they were too distracted to ever begin their journey. Distractions cost energy. And you only have but so much energy each and every day. If you spend it on noise, you will never have enough for your purpose. This is why distractions are a silent destroyer. So ask yourself, where is my energy each and every day? Where is it going? Be honest with yourself. What people, what patterns, what habits are scattering my focus? What am I giving time to that gives nothing back to me or my future? Pause and think about that for a second. Answer honestly to yourself. And I'm sure you can write a little list of things if you're honest with yourself. Because here's the reality. What you don't confront, you will continue. And what you will continue will eventually control you. That's a paradox. I have a little story because I enjoy telling stories, but let me quench my thirst. There was once a legendary archer known across the nation for his precision. Every arrow he released hit the center of a target. One day, a young challenger stepped up, proud and confident. "Old man," he said, "your time is done. Let's see who truly has the sharper aim," the young man said. Once he said that, a crowd gathered. The challenger went first, pulled back the bow, released it, and it hit the bullseye. People cheered and they were screaming and cheering for the young challenger. Then the master had his turn. He lifted the bow and looked out to the field. But at that moment, there was no target in front of him. The young man laughed. He laughed at him. What happened to your target? How will you shoot at something that you can't see? You can't even see your goal. The master smiled and lowered his weapon. He said to the young man, he said, "My son, that's the lesson. The arrow is not the problem. The skill is not the problem. The problem is when you aim at nothing, you hit it every time." And he paused and looked him right in the eye. And he gave him advice for life. Before you release your energy into the world, make sure you have chosen your target correctly. Vision first, focus second, action last. The young challenger stood in silence. The crowd did as well. Because in that moment, everyone realized they all have been shooting arrows with no direction. Talent is useless without vision. Power is nothing without aim. Life does not reward the distracted. It rewards the focus. I had to share that story because that plays right into our focus today. Our focus of zero tolerance as a lifestyle. When I say zero tolerance, I don't mean perfection. I don't mean walking around angry, cutting off people with no compassion. I don't mean locking yourself in a room and becoming a machine or a robot. No, zero tolerance is about setting standards. What it means, here's a list of things. I don't tolerate people who waste my time. I don't tolerate habits that weakens my mind. I don't tolerate environments that suffocates my growth. I don't tolerate conversations that distracts me from my mission. I don't tolerate anything that tries to pull me backwards, back into the old places, back into my old spaces, back into old me. Because your future can't afford your old excuses. Your purpose cannot survive in a low discipline environment. Tolerance means if it costs me peace, purpose, focus, or progress, I cannot afford it. Period. You're going to have to be that focused, that direct. You can be kind without being available to everything and to everyone. That doesn't make you a mean, angry, bad person. Doesn't make anything that people would try to call you and try to make you out to be. Because that's what's going to happen when you start getting laser focused. People are going to start saying things about you. Let them talk. Because now you got your purpose. You got direction. You can be loving without being endlessly accessible. You can be compassionate without being distracted. Boundaries is the word of the day. Boundaries don't push good people away. Boundaries, they protect you and they protect your purpose. That's why setting boundaries is so important. So as we eliminate the distractions, we're going to have to start cutting the noise. And unfortunately, you're going to have to say bye-bye and cut the dead weight. We have to cut the dead weight, whether it be people, things, or places, whatever it may be. We're going to have to cut the things that no longer serves its purpose in our life and our life journey and purpose. You want to change your life, you have to start here. Start with this. This is a tough thing for anybody who is leveling up, anybody who's going to the next level. It could be simply as you're in your professional career. I experienced this so many times, and I could remember one time early in my life. I can't go into the story. The story is too long. We don't have that time. But I was leveling up in my life, in my career. And I had someone who was very close to me, a friend. At that time, he was my closest friend. And I could see that as I'm leveling up in my life, in my career, it was creating a wedge. Because as I'm growing, my life is being challenged, he's not growing. Everybody's not going where you're going. So the first thing you have to do is audit your circle. Then audit your habit. Then audit your time. Because nothing will keep you stuck like dead weight as the people and the patterns that you allow to hold you back. You have to be real. Let's be real. Some people are not bad people, but they are bad. They are bad for your purpose. They are bad for your future. They are bad for your destiny. You may love these people. I love hanging with you. I love being with you. But where I'm going, that just can't happen. Because oftentimes as you're growing and growing to greater things, becoming your greater self, their mindset is too small. Their goals are temporary. Their energy is unfocused. Their life is never-ending loops of gossip and drama and emotional nonsense. And that's simply not us. That's not us. We're focused. We're going somewhere. We have things to do and places to go. They don't dream. They just simply distract. Start auditing your circle. And if you keep entertaining that and you keep entertaining them, your life will slow down to the speed of their dysfunction. Think about what I just said. Because I guarantee you, if everyone really reflects on their life, if you've lived life, at some point in time in your life that has happened. I'm going to say it again. If you keep entertaining those distractions, things, or individuals, your life will slow down to the speed of their dysfunction. And some people don't need a long explanation. When you start to make your decision and start to audit, you simply just need to make the distance. Some habits don't need to last long. Those habits just simply need a funeral. You just simply need to let it go. Some environments don't need your loyalty. They just need your exit. It's time to leave. It's time to move on. You're going to have to be focused. Zero tolerance means you stop waiting for people to understand your growth and allow yourself to grow anyway. You're going to have to leave some things behind. Zero tolerance, zero distractions are going to be the key to your success. Understand that purpose, your purpose, requires precision. Purpose is not random. Purpose is not chaotic. Purpose doesn't live in confusion. Purpose requires precision. You don't accidentally walk into your purpose. That's simply not how it works. You build it through consistent alignment with your purpose. Every day, you are either building discipline or building excuses. And the choices is yours. You're building discipline or you're building excuses. You're filling your purpose or you're feeding your distraction. You're moving forward or you're staying trapped in place in a cycle. Purpose isn't about being busy. It's about being effective. And purpose works differently. They don't chase everything. They pursue one thing, the thing that matters. Success is not achieved by doing 1,000 things. It's achieved by mastering a few things that matters most. Your assignment in life will require you to focus on your lane. Focus on you. The moment you stop competing with people and start competing with your potential, that's when your life will start to shift. Focus habits and the system that powers that focus. You don't need motivation to become focused. You need a system. Motivation and hype fades. Emotion rises and falls because we're human. But systems gets results. So here is one of your non-negotiable focus habits. Morning mastery. Start before the world starts. Lock in with clarity daily. That's why having a to-do list or having stickies around that remind you of what your focus, what your goals are, what your dream. These affirmations, these things are important. These things are important. Before you put your feet on the ground in the morning, have clarity on what it is that you're trying to do and what you're going to do. Start with it. Purpose hours. One protected hour. Purpose hour. So let's think about that for a second before I even get into that. If you can take a lunch break from your job, if you can meet a friend for coffee, if you can take a donut break, then you can have a purpose hour for yourself. One protected hour a day where you do nothing but work on your life assignment. That may sound drastic, that may sound radical, but the truth of the matter is, these are the things that's going to get you in a position to get things done. No distractions. A work block. Block things out. We call putting your life for a moment in airplane mode. Single task only. No notifications, no conversations, nobody distracting you, just having that moment for yourself. Having a vision review. Read your goals daily. Like I said, keep those stickies, keep that to-do list, keep that journal, keep the target visible so you don't lose it, you don't lose the energy, you don't lose the focus, you don't forget about it. Energy protection. Remove access. Not everyone gets your time. You got to be selective. Because at the end of the day, you need time for yourself. If you don't control your time, you don't control your future. Very simple. And if you don't control your mind, Simply put, you don't control anything. Think about that for a moment. The war between focus and feeling. One of the main things that distracts people and hold them back is being on an emotional roller coaster where everything affects them differently. So 1 minute you're high, the next minute you're low. And the worst part is when you're high and low based on your environment. For an example, if you had a job and you may have came in and today is a nice day, sun is shining and I had a great morning, but your manager walks in with an attitude. Something didn't happen right with your manager. And now they start doing this and doing that. Being destructive, I call it. And now you allow that destruction to affect your energy, your day. That's part of your emotional roller coaster. That is, in fact, transference of negative energy. And that's something you're going to have to control if you're going to be focused, if you're going to be successful. Let me say something, and we got to be very honest. Feelings are the number one enemy of focus. That emotional roller coaster. Your feelings can say many things like, I don't feel like it. I'll do it tomorrow. I'm tired. It's not the right time. What if I fail? But purpose doesn't ask your feelings. It asks for your commitment. Discipline means you move even when your emotions argue with you. Even when your body is saying no. Your discipline, your focus is saying, go. We're going. Successful people aren't emotionless. They just don't allow or bow down to their emotions. They move through it. So stop waiting until you feel ready. Because readiness is created through action. Growth doesn't come from comfort. Mastery isn't born from motivation. Mastery is forged in consistency. This is why it's going to take focus. And even on a deeper level, a spiritual alignment. Let's go one layer deeper. There's a moment in your purpose, in your purpose journey, when you finally realize your purpose, your life, your destiny is not random. You are not here by accident. There is a blueprint over your existence. You have been uniquely designed for something specific, something powerful. Purpose is spiritual before it's ever become practical. When you align with your purpose, you begin to hear your guidance clearer. If anybody remember past sessions, inner voice, all those things, soul system, connected and hearing your soul system. These are all things that you will become aligned with. You will begin to hear those guidance clearer. You will start to feel peace with your decisions. You will feel led, not lost. Focus becomes easier when you are spiritually aligned because your soul recognizes your assignment. The distractions that once pulled you no longer tempts you anymore because purpose is stronger than any temptation. You are stronger. So now, on this side of it, we're going to be laser focused on our assignment in our life. Your purpose is not a suggestion. It's actually your assignment. And until you take that seriously, life will feel confusing and frustrating. Your peace is tied entirely to your purpose. Your breakthrough is tied to your purpose. Your legacy is tied to your purpose. Every season in your life has been preparing you for what you were called to build, what you were called to do. Nothing, ups or downs, back or forward, nothing was wasted. Not the hurt, not the delay, not the lessons, not the nights that you felt like you wanted to give up. It was all part of the plan, part of the construction, whether you know it or not. Now the question is no longer, do I have a purpose? The question is, will I honor my purpose with unapologetic focus? That's what it's going to take. So let's have a power affirmation, people. I know I'm hitting. I know on a Friday night I'm hitting hard. I'm hitting things that people might not be ready to hear, but it has to be said, and I got to put it out to the world. The energy got to be emitted. It got to go out and find its rightful place. So in this moment, let's have our power affirmation. You can say these things out loud, or you can say these things in your spirit and in your consciousness. I am locked in on my purpose. I am unavailable for distractions. My discipline protects my destiny. My focus is unbreakable. I am trusted with a powerful calling. I move with clarity, purpose, and precision. Let's keep going. I don't chase, I align. I don't wait, I build. I am walking in divine assignment. I am chosen for impact. Those are the things, and those affirmations are things that you have to constantly say and constantly remind yourself of who you are and your purpose, your reason for being on your road and your path, your journey to your destiny. So I have a call to action for you. This is the moment. This is your moment. This is your turn. Not tomorrow, not next year, not when it feels comfortable, but right here, right now. For this moment forward, you have to draw a line and set those boundaries. No more hesitation. No more distractions. No more doubting yourself. No more watering down your potential. But stand 10 toes down inside your purpose. Guard your mind and lock your focus. Protect your vision. Protect your vision and walk away from anything that will serve to weaken you. Get focused. Get ruthless about your time. Get committed about your future, about your purpose. Because your purpose is waiting. But here's the truth, people. Your purpose won't wait forever. This is your season to build, to align, and to execute. You don't need permission. You don't need approval. You don't need applause from anyone. All you need, very simply, is focus and a decision that nothing will stop you. This is zero tolerance and zero distraction. Zero tolerance and zero distraction. Perfect timing. I want to thank you guys for joining me tonight. I know this message went kind of long. We started late. But this message had to be said. This message had to be released into the universe. Because I can feel the energy. I can feel the other side of this message. I can feel somebody receiving this message. I can feel that somebody is getting excited and getting motivated and moving because of this message. Because this message is simply, this is not gospel. This is simply just a reminder. It already has been written. Your destiny already has been written. This is just simply a reminder of who you are, of your purpose and your potential. But oftentimes people don't live to their full potential because they allow their life to be scattered and distracted. But what we're going to be laser focused and have zero tolerance for anything that is going to try to sidetrack us from our purpose. I am D.E. Wilder. And if no one else told you today, let me be the first to tell you. Your future is too great to live average. So you got to lock in and go get what belongs to you and your destiny. If this message resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it as well. Remind them that their destiny awaits as well. I hope this message resonates for somebody for real. Because, there's a lot of people right now in this time that we're living in that may feel stuck. They may feel that things are not happening in a certain way. And although momentarily it seems that way, they may not realize that their destiny is greater, that great things are coming, that there's nothing, no circumstances in time and a moment in time in history that is going to stop or prevent their destiny, because that is the very essence of destiny. It's destiny. It's already been written. So people, my sincerest intention is that the positive energy and unwavering dedication I aim to project through both my actions and my contribution resonate deeply with each and every person who hears my voice. My hope is that our shared spirit serves as an uplifting catalyst for our individual growth, to inspire collaborative breakthrough, and ultimately to foster a collective success and a positive impact. A positive impact that we are all seeking in our life journey. Therefore, stay rooted, stay blessed, and stay living life with purpose. I am D. Wilder, and this is the Hour of Power, and I bid you peace and blessings.